Happy Motivational Monday. Hi, it's the nursing professor. Do you study everything when you're studying for a test? If you are, it's time to stop. We're at the midterm mark and you have about no more than 6 to 8 weeks left in this semester. And so let me give you some helpful advice to help you through the remainder of the semester. If you're studying everything, you're doing it all wrong. What I want you to start doing is this, is that you get a topic, the topics that you need to study for your exam. So let's take, for example, bowel elimination that we talked about last week on Fundamentals on Friday. And I hope you're enjoying that series, where you want to know questions related to bowel elimination. So what you do is you go into your online resources. It might be associated with your textbook, it might be ATI, it might be HESI, Elsevier, any of those things that your school uses, and you ask it for 25 questions associated with that particular topic. You go through, you take those 25 questions, and at the end, it's going to identify your areas of weakness. That's the key to your success. You want to then be able to take those areas of weaknesses and study on those. Don't waste your time on those things you know. If you know it, you know it, and you've already identified that you know that. So you take those topics that you weren't good in, so maybe it was prioritization, maybe it was safety, maybe it was not using the nursing process correctly. All right. And so you ask the system for 25 questions associated with the topic. And then you have a subtopic where you're identifying those areas of weaknesses like safety, prioritization, etc. Get those 25 questions. You then take those 25 questions. You say, whew, I really need to get better at prioritization. And you keep doing questions associated with prioritization because that's where your weakness is. That's the area that you need to study. Those areas that you have already proven that you perform well in, those should be a review. That should be a review that you should probably be able to spend like 30 minutes on those topics. But those that you identify that you're weak in, you need to really spend time there. That's going to bring you your success. All right. And so try that this week. If you have a quiz, let me know how that actually works for you. So follow these 4 tidbits. Is stop studying everything. Stop. All right. Identify the gaps in your knowledge and identify the areas of weakness. You're then going to get questions associated with those areas of weakness, and you're going to start doing those questions. And then you're going to say, I'm getting a little bit better at this. And then you keep doing it that way, and you filter through until you're able to perform